welcome to this edition of Motorcycle Mania. No, it's Biker Angle. It's 11/6 of 2018. Just getting up. Hey, you guys got to go out there and get one of these nice little stickers. So get out there and vote, man. You don't want the commies running the country. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for all the birthday wishes yesterday. I have the best audience around. I love yous. Love y'all, boys and girls alike. Today we got a pretty cool freaking show. Yesterday we went on a little field trip, as I called it, and did a little interview with Tramps Vintage Choppers out here in Loves Park, Illinois. It's going to be a two-part series. We got the first part coming up now in a couple minutes, and after that I'll put the other one on the next week. I'm thinking like that. We also got a great Legends coming up, and a Ask Hollywood, and a Message to the Haters. We are late today. I'm actually recording today because last night, the birthday, man, we 420'd the shit out of that shit, man. We were like Cheech and Chong in that 66 Impala. Let me tell you, we got high. Woo! Instead of seeing God, man, I bypassed his ass. Said, "See you later, God. We going up to the next level." God damn. Anyway, so let's get to our little field trip, and then we'll get into the Legends. We got a great Legends by Dave Walter again, and also again, Ask Hollywood and all the good stuff. So let's check in on the Legends. Or no, not the Legends. We're going to go to freaking our little field trip. Running around back in the early 90s. So, owner, let's talk. You're Andy and you're Mike.
Yep, there. Yes, I am.
Tell the audience a little bit about yourself, Mike.
I don't know. I'm from Rockford originally. I grew up in the west side of Rockford in the shithole. Always been into bikes. Fell in love with my first chopper when I was probably about, 9, 10 years old. I started out as an automotive mechanic, building cars, this and that. Worked at a custom vintage shop for cars and shit. And found out bikes were a lot easier to work on, a lot more fun, a lot more customization. Plus, I love to fabricate. So.
Rock on. So you're one of the fabricators here?
Yep.
Rock on. How about you, Andy? How'd you get involved?
I first met Mike, he needed a bodyguard. Obviously a lot bigger than me. That's cool, and we kind of started doing the whole chopper thing all at the same time, and it's grown into this. This is the culmination of both our lives, telling us to get the shit out of our garage and move it somewhere else, essentially.
Oh my God. Now, what got you guys into wanting to specialize in the older stuff?
I love old stuff. I mean, I drive an 84 Chagrin. That's my everyday vehicle. I don't own another vehicle, so I'm really big into old stuff. And the older choppers are a lot more fun to build, a lot more fun to keep going. It's kind of a dying breed, so I want to keep it going, keep it alive. I mean, I'll work on anything. And I work on Evos and newer style bikes, but I prefer the older stuff.
Right. And what about you? What got you into motorcycles? Especially the older stuff.
Pretty much hanging out with this guy. I was really big into sport bikes years ago. I still have it at my house. Don't ride it. Only because.
Thank God.
Yeah. I'm a big influence.
There's no feeling like riding a vintage bike. Like I said, like I was telling you earlier, we do 2-3 trips a year. They're 1,200, 1,400 miles a piece. When we go on these trips, we're breaking down. It's not just a cruiser. You break down. That's the best part of the trip. You break down, help your buddies out.
It's a brotherhood.
Stuck on the side of the road. You're
There's a brotherhood
from the day before. And that's how we have our good time.
Rock on. How long has Tramps been around? And where did you guys come up with the name Tramps? Is that Scooter Tramps that you guys
No, what it really was is we have a little chopper group where we all ride, and one of the guys that was supposed to be here came up with the name. We all started riding together as Tramps, and then nobody else had the balls to open the shop, So me and Andy, we're the dumb ones, so we were like, yeah, fuck it, we'll dump all our money into building bikes. Give some of the boys to hang out, work on bikes, and try to make a business out of it. You know, that's kind of what it's been around since 2012.
Rock on. Now, did you guys start out like most people started out, where it was a garage deal?
Yeah, we bounced from garage to garage. Garages in the Chesney Park, over in Rockford, Loves Park. I mean, anybody's garage that was open to work on, anybody had a project going on, we would go there and just kind of bounce around and build bikes. That's kind of how it started.
Now, how did you get into fabricating? Because fabricating is not an easy deal to get into.
Well, I'm not a fan of paying people to do shit for me. I'm kind of a fan of doing it all myself. So I kind of self-taught myself to weld and just kind of, I've always been kind of a do-it-yourself guy. I try to figure out how to do it myself. It's a lot fucking cheaper to do it yourself. And then just kind of got into the fabricating thing. I got good at welding. I got good at working with metal. I mean, I started my life as a carpenter, which is the total fucking opposite of working with metal. But I don't know, I just got really, I really like making shit with my hands.
Right. Now, you were showing me on your bike, your wife, she's into that mermaid stuff.
She is. As I said before, Mike and I and all of our friends, we spend probably more time with these than we do with our own bikes.
That's the way it's supposed to be, right? Unless you get a couple of honeys in here, you know.
But this is kind of me getting back to her.
Don't worry, she'll bring them home for you, man. That's what I always said. A good old lady, you know, you bring home a couple good-looking honeys, and she's either going to like it or she can wait on the porch. Go ahead.
I think you might be talking about that.
Yeah, so I kind of like wanted to do this with her, even though she'll probably, I didn't ask you to do that, but, you know, I kind of wanted to get back to her and see it after she likes and stuff like that. Mike also does a lot of tattoos, he's been on my tattoos and stuff, and like her name and shots, he's done how many mermaid tattoos and all that.
Probably 4 or 5 different tattoos.
How long have you been tattooing?
Probably about 3 or 4 years.
Okay, I used to own one over there.
Yeah.
So you went from sport bike to an old iron.
This is a shovel.
Oh, shut
Yeah, old iron. I mean, it's old iron.
Yeah, you're right. What the fuck?
Yeah, there's a big difference in these kind of bikes and those kind of bikes. I also, when my son was born, he's 10 now, but I kind of need to slow down in life, and that's what they do about riding slow, cruising, just, you know, and people staring at each other like, oh, what is that? You know, they haven't seen this in 30, 40, 50 years.
Yeah, we get all that.
And they cruising down the road. I mean, we have a guy that rides us that has a knucklehead, you know, and so these are
World War II knuckle.
Yeah, World War II.
Actual
World War II knuckle.
And
Captain, one of the followers, Captain Drip, you'll love that, man. An old knuckle. Go ahead.
And like I said, we try to get more of these guys up here. The shitty weather is outside now. Fortunately, they can make it, but you know, we like, you know, they're easy to work on. They're fun to work on. They're
Teach you to know your own bike, man.
yeah, you have to know your own bike.
It's not a bike you just buy and ride.
You got a starter, electric on that, or it's just kick?
I'm a man, so it's kick only.
These younger kids. And with the hardtails, holy shit.
You won't find the majority of us. You won't find a starter on any of these bikes. You ain't taking the chicken. That's what we said. So
Yeah, a few of the iron guys got starters, that's just because they haven't converted yet.
it's also great insight to life because
Yeah.
they each have their own way. They're real particular about how they get started. And if you've never had a starter like before, go ahead and get left. You do it 45 minutes without that net and that, and then come out shooting the head.
Where's your bike at?
This is mine right here.
Rock on, you tell them.
Last year's the shovel. That's an 80-inch 1984 Super Glide. This is an original Rockford Survivor chopper.
Yep.
This is from the frame, the front end was all built in the 80s. This is all original. I believe Bird built the front end. I think it was Monty, built the frame, or Bird had something to do with the frame. Yep, it's an original Rockford Survivor. I got a Baker 60 in, because I think this big old hardtail on the highways and do 90 miles an hour, just cruising.
The big gear long, 304.
Now, you guys are in the choppers big time. Who's your favorite front end builder?
I would have to say Bird. I like Bird's front ends. I ride one. Ride's great.
You guys wouldn't give me left enough for a sugar bear front end?
Oh yeah, mine's got big sugar bear rockers. So, yeah, I'd love to have a sugar bear, but like I said, I like to make all my own shit. So if I ever had one, it'd probably be a Mike Special.
Well, cool. Next segment, we're going to take the audience around the shop, show them and, tell them about the machines and stuff, because there's a lot of youngsters. And how did you guys like that little field trip? It was a good time over at Tramps. That's, like I said, that's the first part of the video, and the next one will be coming next week. But right now, we got a pretty big announcement coming up. We got Fat Daddy Rabbit. He's going to be premiering The Rabbit's Hole. It's going to be a podcast that's going to run right after Motorcycle Madhouse each Saturday, and that premieres December 1st. Now, I get a lot of guys who actually ask me, well, how did you get into all this stuff? Well, you can too. If you got an interesting take on the motorcycle scene and you want to get into podcasting or any of that, email me at cubbiesrock1973 and we'll help you get going. We'll get your name out there, all that good jive. So right now we are going to go to our legends, and this one is by David Walters. And this is another great guy who captured the motorcycle scene behind the camera. This article by David Walters. One club had two of the best MC life photographers who ever lived this life. Danny Lyon and Jim Flash 1%er Miteff were members of the Outlaws MC. I want to focus this time on Jim as a Midwest kid. I always felt the connection to the works of both Jim Flash 1%er and Danny Lyon. Even though I am far younger, to me, their images captured more of that grit and grind of the Midwest. I can't relate to the more glitz and sun I'd see in other works. Is that accurate? Maybe not. Only my interpretation. I always thought that doing a post on both Danny and Jim was important for education. Too often, their pictures are used interchangeably, as if there is no difference between the two men, their styles, or what they captured. Some might say, who cares, it all ends up representing the same thing. I care. Jim was born in 1933 and spent time working at the Ford plant. Out of his house, he was running his own motorcycle shop. Being quite the mechanic and builder, he soon started several custom parts companies, turning a decent profit. This allowed him to pursue a passion he had always had, photography, eventually starting his own print shop. Jim lived in the Detroit area in 1965, would be a founding member of the Outlaws MC Detroit chapter. Running a motorcycle business out of your house makes you the de facto clubhouse in those early days. For his club, Jim would help to build some memorable and incredible bikes. At times, sweeping award stages at Midwest bike shows. The bond he found in the club life was something he cherished. It was something he wanted to capture, something he could pass it on. He wanted to share it as a gift with his family and brothers. His gift was through the lens of a camera. He had that respect, that trust in a world that can be secretive and closed off. Even for members, Jim respected this. He didn't share his photographs with the public. For almost 40 years, they sat stored, captured in a moment of time. These images provided glimpses of the best aspect of what it was like to be an outlaw 1%er during one of the classic and defining periods of this life, the 60s. By 1969, Miteff was seeing a decline in his custom motorcycle parts business. due to his affiliation with a single club and dealing with many different clubs in his business. Between that and family obligations, he decided to leave Outlaws. His daughter, Beverly, grew up knowing of her dad's love for the club, the brotherhood, and the machine. After Jim passed in 1999, some of the family worried more about what to do with his money, as owning several businesses and made him successful. Luckily for you and I, Beverly didn't have that issue. She wanted the pictures. She wanted to work with the club and find a respectful way to publish them and to bring her dad's images and the stories they tell to life. I'm glad she did. I'm glad they did. Her 3 books, Portraits of the American Biker's Life in the 1960s, Portraits of the American Bikers Outside Looking In, and The Bikers, the Men, Machine, and Myth, are 3 classic works of what being a one percenter in the 60s was about. No matter your club or dot on the map, these are the images that stoke a fire in all of us. They produce not only an imagine in our mind, but something in our hearts of brotherhood that desire the ride. I often wonder if Jim and Danny knew of each other. Did they meet in passing? There is no known record if they interacted or knew of each other's works. At the time, Danny was leaving the club as Jim was coming in. Danny was a known journalist and activist at that point. Jim had no idea yet what his passion would lead to. I find it amazing to think about that these two, who would go on to become icons, might not never even have known each other. The book titles and pictures here are, of course, property of Beverly Roberts and her company Flash Productions. She continues in her father's legacy. And that was a hell of a freaking legends, Dave, man. I love your history, man. Thanks for doing what you do for Insane Throttle Biker News. And you'll see Dave over at the December 14th, the Rockin' the Holidays Bash, a benefit for Neon 1%er, where we'll be live for 3 hours on air worldwide. And we'll be sitting there interviewing David. Well, not interviewing. He's going to be commentary with me. We'll go over some motorcycle history and all that good jive. So, glad to have you, David. So, it is great to have somebody like him on the air. Anyway, let's go to Ask Hollywood. Okay, let's go to Kurt's question. You can be a 1%er without a club, just like you can be a black belt without competing in tournaments. Being in a club proves that the title does mean something, just like tournaments prove you have earned a belt. My question is, and it's always been, and then this ain't really going out to Kurt, but it's going out to the rest of the haters out there. You're always running around saying that I'm a 1%er or I live the outlaw lifestyle. But then you go and bash on the guys who actually put in the work. That really don't make any sense to me. Does it make any sense to you people out there? It doesn't to me. It just seems like they want to pump their egos, but don't want to put in the work to achieve what a 1%er is, a diamond, you know. You got to go through the hang around prospect period and blah, blah, blah. But I always do. I find it funny when these people go out there bashing the clubs and stuff like that. The problem is they weren't able to make it through a club, or they never been around a club. And they want to hold the prestige. They just don't want to put in the work. Again, that don't go out to Kurt. I'm just saying, you know. Anyway, let's go to message with the haters. You know, that subject always gets to me because it's like, how hypocritical can you fucking be, really? Okay, we got a couple good ones. We even got our crank addict back today. Tuck. Bunch of liars and slaves. Those MC patches opens you up to be someone's punk. 9 out of 10 times it's the feds or the state. MC stands for morons, cornhole. All the real 1%ers died, got sent up, or got wise. Haven't been a genuine One percenter in years. The patches are still out there, just being worn by empty slaves playing dress up. All the top clubs are controlled by the feds to run off book ops with disposable people to maintain plausible denial. Okay, I ain't even gonna keep on going into this shit. This guy's a conspiracy theories, and you know what? Go get your tinfoil hat, go get in the corner, go jack you off a load, and maybe we'll get fucking straight, man. What a fucking moron. Anyway, Crank Addict, what's up, you dumb shit? No, ass monkey. Or better yet, as Marty would say, jacknut. No, actually, you dangerous, murderous white people are the American cancer pipe bombs killing Jews, opening fire on white people in Vegas. Yeah, shake my head. Not only do I got the goose steppers that come on the channel, now I got the fucking black goose steppers on this fucking channel. Jesus Christ, I get the freaking whole spectrum of fucking idiots out there. Does that even make sense, what this freaking idiot says? So, white people kill everybody, and... oh my God. I get them all. You know what? As your picture says, Crank Addict, you a big dummy. As Red Fox would say to Lamont. Jesus Christ, I get the best of them. Anyway, thanks for the show. Like I said, next week we'll have the Tramps, rest of their interview on. And we got a lot of good stuff that we're planning over here at Insane Throttle. Like I said, we got the studio getting built right now. And Fat Daddy Rabbit, he's got his going too. So he's going to have a good time with his show. And he is so funny as fuck, man. You're going to love him. I want to thank everyone for... Oops, hit that damn thing. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for the orders. Number 1 now on new releases, the Iron Order Motorcycle Club. The year that changed the scene. And we take an in-depth look of how the scene's changed since Iron Order came on the set. And all that good jive in there, man. We take a real critical look at everything. Also, the New Age of Biking and Brotherhood is now out on audio. Kicking ass you to get that through Insane Throttle. Also, I got a link below with the bookstore. We made a nice little website, and you can purchase all over there. Again, everything, all the proceeds go to Motorcycle Madhouse, going 5 days a week. The studio, that's what we're working on. All the proceeds from the books. We're getting the studio worked out real nice, getting that soundproofed a lot better, and putting on some better shows. We're going to get out there traveling a lot now, as you see in that interview with the Tramps Chopper shop. So with that, I know I'm late today. Get out there and freaking vote, man. Go get you a sticker. Get you a sticker and go smoke you a doobie. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.